Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and we have the final and brand new Albaz Dragmata Fusion Monster revealed, which is kind of crazy. So, I thought the Albaz lore was completed, that they're not going to get any new cards for a while, but here we go. We have a brand new Fusion Monster coming out. This card looks insane. Meet Alba System Dragmata, or Dragmata Calamity Alba System, which is a crazy ass name. This card is a Dragon Fusion Effect Monster, Dark level 8, 4,500 attack and 2,500 defense. This looks like their new boss monster, which is pretty insane. Requires Fallen of Albaz plus 6 monsters in your graveyard with different names. Must be fusion summoned. So that's already interesting. I'm not sure how you're supposed to special summon this guy unless he's like a contact fusion, because Brand Fusion, which is their fusion spell, and Branded Red use monsters from hand, field, or deck. Well, Branded Red uses hand or field. Branded Fusion uses from deck. So I'm not sure. Are we getting a new fusion spell that uses from grave? Let's just keep reading this guy. So this card, as a 4,500 attack fusion monster, can attack all opponents' monsters once each, which is already insane. So this guy's going to be an OTK machine. Side effect, you must send one card from your extra to graveyard to declare an attack with this card. So basically, this card, to declare an attack, must send a monster from your extra to the grave, which makes sense because it's Dragmata, which hate extra deck. That's kind of the gimmick of the Dragmatas. They hate the extra deck monsters. So it does make sense for this guy to attack. He must send one, which isn't too bad because all the Dragmata monsters have an effect in the graveyard that float. So one has an effect to add during the end phase. One has an effect to special summon Albaz from the deck during the end phase. They have all really, really cool effects. So if you can just dump 5 cards and in end phase all 5 of those cards activate, that's pretty insane. And then the third effect of this card is once per turn, if you control a fusion summon monster and have 6 or more fusion monsters in your graveyard with different names that mention this card, that mention Fallen Albaz as a material, you can send all cards in both players' extra decks to the graveyard. Holy shit. This card is gigantic. You read that? I want to repeat that last effect one more time. Once per turn, if you control this fusion monster and you have 6 or more fusion monsters in your graveyard with different names that mention Fallen Albaz, send all cards in both players' extra decks to the graveyard. That's insane. If you can somehow cheat this thing out on turn 1 and have 6 Fallen Albaz monsters, you can just rip your opponent's entire extra deck. What is Snake Eyes gonna do with no extra deck? I don't know. This kind of seems pretty crazy. I don't know if it's better than Gimmick Lock, but I don't know. This card seems nutty. I think the only issue with it is just summoning the damn thing. It requires 6 monsters in your graveyard with different names. That's the only part that's getting me. And usually when you're using monsters from the graveyard, you're banishing them, meaning it means you're resetting how many monsters are in the graveyard. So I don't know how often you're able to summon this guy, and I don't know how often you're going to get his third effect off. But if you do, holy shit, you're winning the game. There's a lot of decks that can't play without their extra decks, and this card just says, rip them all. This is literally a Dragmata Albaz fusion, all right. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Don't drink stupid, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.